now back for a special edition of the HNL Tonight Show with the hockey coach, your coach franchise directly for the Before Country of Talent. And we find he's back after his couple hours with the ESPN. He's back with us tonight, Mr. ERIK directly from Toronto, Ontario.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation.
Welcome back, yes, Mr. ERIK.
I was sent to jail today. That's, I think, what it was.
I don't know. We was a little bit worried about you at some point, but looked like you find a way to come back. So that's the good news. The most important, we have you for the next 60 minutes talking about what's going on in NHL today, Mr. ERIK. Again, Sunday was really busy in NHL with 7 trade. And again, was not good enough because today we get another big day of the trade deadline between many teams. The Toronto was really active. Washington continues to clean up the house over there. We're going to talk about different things. Then we'll talk about barely the Montreal Canadiens. Then we'll be back myself at 10:30 to do a play-by-play commentary of the Montreal versus the San Jose Sharks. 10 game of the program right now, Mr. ERIK. But here's what's happening. Yeah. The Tampa Bay losing 3-1 against the Florida Panthers, and the Blue Jackets take the lead 3-1 against the Buffalo Sabres.
Unbelievable.
So this is like a big game for the Sabres, and look like they're going to lose, and the Jets take the lead 2-0 against the Kings. The Jets, but that's okay. But the Jets, I think they tried to stop the straight of 3-4 loss, maybe 5 at them. And so really interesting about this, Mr. ERIK. The Flames just started the game against the Boston Bruins. So going to follow up all what's going on around the night with the 10 game in action. But I want to mention everybody, guys, this is the show of this 60 minutes. It's all about the trade deadline. So it's not only Montreal Canadiens. It's all about Montreal about the trade deadline. So you have any comments? If you want to comment about what we're going to talk about, or if you want any question, don't forget to put the letter Q. So sometimes now the show is increasing with more viewers. And for me, it's a little bit difficult to follow the feed each one. If you have any questions, so you didn't answer my question. But for me, it's a little bit hard because if you don't see the letter Q. So that would be great if you can do that. Secondly, if you can click Mr. Everybody on the like, that'd be awesome. The Tampa Bay Lightning just score and cut the lead from 2-1. Here we go, Mr. ERIK. That's the way to do that. I cannot be more aggravated with you. I have a few people in the house, Mr. ERIK. So welcome them very quickly. RJ Calabro with all the update is in the house. Welcome, Mr. RJ.
Welcome,
Andrew Paz. Andrew Paz, welcome back. Long time, Andrew. Ça va très bien. J'espère que tout va bien avec toi. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation Live Show. Always a pleasure having you with us. Hopefully to see you again more often. We drop the here, Mr. ERIK, to complete what we're supposed to do here. And thanks so much. Larry Lavallee from Arizona. Welcome back, Mr. Larry Lavallee. Tucson, we got that last night. West Coast trip. Our killer for us here in Montreal. You're absolutely right, Andrew, about this, about not too bad for me. All right, that's awesome to hear that. André Robert Drouin, welcome back in the house. André, always great knowledge about hockey and the Montreal Canadiens. That's great to see that. And then we have RJ, Larry Tuck, Jose Duarte, Mr. ERIK, moderator of the Hockey Nation Live Show. Welcome back from upstate New York. We're going to talk about the Toronto Maple Leafs. That'd be great. Vinny from Ottawa, smiling because Ottawa is winning 5-1 against Detroit. Maybe they're going to do a double, right? So it'll be interesting if they can do that. Make them a little bit more on the spot of the wild card. Rick Brassard said,
"Are you surprised, Coach?
What?
Are you surprised with that back-to-back with Detroit and Ottawa?"
I'm more surprised right now because the Blue Jackets score 4 goals.
Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable. I'm surprised about Ottawa, but Derek Brassard said that now Pierre Dorion should make a move.
Exactly.
Oh, that would be a little bit a jab or the GM over there. We bring you on the race now. Give us something to maybe give us a better chance to make something good. We're going to see what time the move they can do. For sure. Free stuff is in the house. Steve G is in the house. Colorado did not do too much during the last couple of days. L answer in the house. Montreal Canadiens very quiet. Some fans very not upset, but very concerned about this. And Ellen Keeve, she's on fire What's going on with Kane Hughes? But we're going to talk about this a little bit later.
She's
Claude
upset.
Richard
She's
is in the
upset.
house. Claude, welcome back. Alexandre MEILLEUR is in the house from Montreal. He said waza. No, he won't say pizza, but we have waza. I'm sorry about that. We don't give a pizza tonight. Willie Snyder is in the house from the Denver area with Steve G. Joe Stalika, Mr. Nartap. Joe is one of my friends who work with me at the West Palm Beach, but Joe is a big fan of the Buffalo Sabres. Always great to hear from you. Hopefully doing well, Joe, and glad to get you a couple of news from you. Don't hesitate to reach me and text me. Mr. Kenneth, first time in the house. I'm following you from Thailand. Kenneth, you're beside me in Thailand, by the way. Kenneth, I would like to hear from you. I think you changed your name or your nickname. Mr. Taps, I have a lot. I'm old, but memories is really good for me. I can remember number. Good. I can remember stat. I can remember face, but not the name. It's funny you said that, right? But I believe Kenneth have another nickname last year, and he lived in the north in Thailand, north in Bangkok and Chiang Mai or something like that. I could be wrong. I would like to hear from Kenneth. Ken, I'm now live in Jean-Bien beside Pattaya. So I just want to sharing this with you. Andrew, welcome back. Ari, Mr. Nartap, her friend Ari is in the house about that one over there. I'm going to say something, but I will wait. Let's go Buffalo. Nicolas de Goubi-Bonneau dans la région de Sherbrooke, dans la belle province de Québec. Il est de retour avec nous ce soir. Melissa, she's with us tonight. Melissa, welcome back. RJ, Melissa, go. Willie. Willie, ask you, Mr. Natal, do the Avalanche already have enough depth to make a run, or do they need a second line center?
Highly recommended that they get a second line center. I think that they're a very solid team, no doubt about it. But they don't have the depth that they did last year. And they might still be able to come through the West. I just doubt that they'll be able to get through the Stanley Cup with what they have right now. I think they need that one centerman to complete the picture.
You're absolutely about that. The Kings scored cut the lead from 2-0 to 2-1, Mr. Natap. And the Blues score tied the game 1-1 against the Kraken. Yes. Just want to share with you. And the Columbus 4-1. And for the second game, goal of the night. So Tampa Bay scored 3 goals. 2 of them are Dizalu. So it's only still 3-1, Mr. Natap. So not a good news. William McClary is in the house, Mr. Natap. Thanks so much. Don't forget to click on the like.
Hey, William.
Joe said, living in Buffalo area, I will coach, love you, bud. Great show for your giving going. Thanks so much. Joe, welcome back anytime. And Ari said, welcome everybody. And us, you and me. I'm from Chatuka area, Jose. Awesome. So Jose, and honestly, yes, you are right. Joe and Jose are in the same neighborhood or the same area. Leave it at that, Mr. Natap. So that's what we got. Guys, you have any questions, put the letter Q, and anything you want to add, let's do it. We'll be here until 10. Mr. Natap, we'd like to hear a little bit more. The first trade we won't talk about is a Patrick Kane. It just happening a couple of hours ago. Give me a little bit more and what you think about that transaction. The transaction was announced last 4 days ago. It was just to be sure it was become official between both teams. And you have some kind of logistic you have to figure out for the Rangers put his name on the salary cap, to be under the salary cap. And just want to hear a little bit more your first impression about that trade between the Rangers and the Chicago Blackhawks. And for that one.
Was Arizona involved as a third party?
Yeah, no? Exactly. Yeah, apologize. It's a three-party. It's a three-party trade.
They had to absorb. I think that's what the hang-up was. That, and also they had apparently the NHL has taken a very strict approach to delaying some of the announcement of these trades because they want to make sure that about the health of all the players involved. Because what could happen is you can take on a player that's injured, then put him on your IR list, which opens up some cap space for you to make some deals later on in the week. So I think that's an area that they're going to definitely address. But in terms of the trade itself, Coach, I mean, how can it be wrong for the Rangers? Like, Kane is reunited with Panarin, where together they made wonderful music in Chicago. that gives now Chicago, not Chicago, but it gives the Rangers, I think, 3 very solid lines offensively. They already have a very good defense, and they have probably one of the best goalies. So it's one of those elite teams now in the East. They're going to be in a dogfight, and who are they going to fight more than likely? New
The
Jersey.
Devils.
Yeah.
If you have a choice right now, who do you take?
Well, personally, I'll take the experience, and I'll take the Rangers, and I'll also go with the better goaltender, and that's obviously Shesterkin for me. But I think making the addition of Timo Meier to the New Jersey Devils gives them a little bit more of a dimension, a different dimension, and they'll be able to play at least a little bit more competitively. But the experience that they will get out of this playoff series will be fantastic for the future going forward.
Yeah, absolutely about that. I agree with you about this. We want to welcome on Danny T is in the house, Mr. Tap. Danny T, welcome
Hey,
back.
Danny.
And Ottawa, Mr. Tap, take the lead 6-1 against Detroit Red Wings.
Oh boy. Not surprising, Coach. Yesterday's game, I honestly thought this back-to-back would turn out to be a split originally. But after watching parts of yesterday's game, and I forget when it was, I think it was at the end of the second period, and Tkachuk looked like he was possessed out there. And he even challenged the entire Detroit bench. And when they didn't respond, that told me right away. I said, tomorrow night, which is tonight, I'm going with Ottawa again. Because right there, they're ready for this, and Detroit isn't. There should have been somebody that answered the bell to Tkachuk, and nobody did. And now watch out, because now that it is 6-1 and the game doesn't mean very much more, we could see some fireworks the rest of the way.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see that for sure. They have two teams. Every time someone very good in NHL open, available, is Vegas Golden Knight or the Rangers are really aggressive to get those players usually on the market, on the trade. So now is it to see a little bit like the chemistry, right? How they're going to fit Kane with the rest of the top 6 over there, and they make some change with Tarasenko. So it'll be a good opposite for Gerard Gallant to put all this together, right? All in, and to act like this. Shesterkin have a good year, but don't have a great year. And he need to step up more. I would say to you, it was not, he have an amazing, great regular season last year. The playoff was so-so. I think he got removed 2 times on the playoff against Pittsburgh, if I can recall it. And then after that, he struggled. This year, his season is good, but not great like last season. And he need to step up now on the playoff if they want to get a better chance for the Rangers. And again, I would take the Rangers right now. Again, the Devils for me, experience-wise in the playoff, the goaltending session with New Jersey is so-so, and overall the Rangers are more depth and they are better defensemen overall. So I will go with the Devils. Absolutely. I agree with you about that. We should check if we have in the house. We just welcome back William and McLary. Thanks so much. Joe, thanks for that. I would love to have Don Granado, the coach of the Wisconsin, if ever we get him. That'd be awesome. Pierre Martin is in the house.
Hey, Pierre. How's it going?
No, this is the real in our trap. He was kidnapped, but we use Danny as investigate. Danny picked him up at the Mandarin buffet around the shrimp about that. So that's happening about the one. So thanks so much. What is Jake Wallman contract? I know it's 3 years, Mr. Tap.
Wallman's...
if I can recall it, I could be wrong by a couple of $1,000. I would say 3.2 or 3.4, but more like a $3.2 million.
Oh, really? I thought it was a little bit less, but you're right. You're probably
right. It's over $10 million contract. Yeah. So I expect 3.4. It makes sense. It makes sense. 3.4 equal. Yeah. So that would be that one of them in my eyes. Angelo is in the house. Welcome back, Angelo.
Hey, Angelo. Welcome.
Angelo, I think, is the only one. Since I do live streaming with on top, use background red right there, like full ground, full red. Nobody, I've never seen this before. Nothing wrong against Angelo, by the way. Not say I want to see your face, but I will just pay attention to everything I have. No logo hockey NHL, but it's great, Angelo. I love red anyway, so that's a good thing. You can see me and him in our top. We love the
Try
red.
try going bleu, blanc, et rouge. It might
That'd be
fit better
great to see
going.
that. That'd be awesome for sure. What happening, Mr. Natap, with Pierre-Luc Dubois talk?
Talk. I mean, from what I hear, it's just a precaution. He's being sat because of injury reasons, and not. I don't. I sincerely doubt that it's anything related to trades or that kind of move. Even though I do believe Winnipeg will still make some kind of move. We still have some key players out there that haven't been dealt. A lot of talk around Chikrin, a lot of talk about Gavrikov. Remember earlier we announced the coach that both Gavrikov and Corpusalo are have been sat down for trade related purposes. They did say that now. And so I would not be surprised one of two teams. Either it's the home run hit by the Toronto Maple Leafs and he lands in and both of them land in Toronto, or Edmonton.
Edmonton.
Yeah, or Toronto is my guess.
Yeah, possible. Possible. We talked earlier about a team. I said maybe they can get Gavrikov, and I cannot recall it about that team. Anyhow, I will maybe let them mention a bit more about this. William said
Carolina,
Arlov scored his first goal with the Boston Bruins. His first game is in a tap. The Boston
yeah,
Bruins take the lead 1-0.
yeah, that's good.
So you can see people recognize this one over there. Welcome back. Free stuff is in the house. By the way, Pierre-Luc Dubois, I don't know if he played tonight. If he's not played, it's not about trade related. It's only about the injury if he's not in the. So I hope Dubas does play the Kisharov game and keep Murray on the long term until the playoff. That currently gave the lead. Deadline came space 4.7 to make another huge splash. Free stuff. You're absolutely right. We'll be talking about Toronto the next couple of minutes. We're getting there. Have a good night, Melissa. And then we have people in the chat. Chicago Bear pop up in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Red. Alexi is in the house. Yes, Alexi, I'll do the game at 10:30. If the playoff start today, what will be the first one look like for the East?
For
But
the East,
Toronto
we'd
and
have
Tampa Bay
Toronto
together,
and Tampa,
right?
and New York and New Jersey.
Yeah.
And then the top team, which is Boston, would play the second wild card, which right now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's
I don't have it in front of me.
I think it's not Washington. It's
Pittsburgh, no?
Pittsburgh, I think. Yeah, they're at
And
67 points,
yeah.
and then the Islanders would take on Carolina.
Exactly. You nailed it, Mr. Tap. Back to back. You got it, my friend. You're absolutely right about this. So that's so that Luke from British Columbia is in the house.
Hey, look.
We need to talk about Fleury. Thanks so much for all the likes. Don't forget, guys, click on the likes. That'd be great. Coach, a question for William. To me, the hard cap has the biggest impact on the NHL scene is interception. Utah on this removal, it looks to attack instead. I think it's possible after Bittman retires.
I couldn't agree with you more, William. I think that there should be a luxury tax in place. Otherwise, we're going to start seeing some of the things that have happened ever since. There's ways around it. And any rule, any stipulation that comes into place, I mean, general managers will find a way around it. That's part of human nature. It started a couple years ago with the whole Kucherov and the LTIR. Now we're seeing players that are being sat for extended periods of time, and there's no disclosure about what type of injuries they have or where the injury is or how long they'll actually be out. to say week to week, day to day, doesn't really tell us much. So I personally, and again, just my opinion, I would love to see a luxury tax there. If they're willing to pay, then you can go beyond the salary cap. Otherwise, stay where you are.
Yeah. My opinion, I would have to think a little bit more. All right. But because I like to think and make some rules, I would keep what they have, but add rules. Example, if the player is on the long-term injury reserve at the end of the roster, he cannot play in the playoff.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? If you bring him, you have maybe a luxury tax. X percentage go on the team, pay a fee for that. And again, I'm just brainstorm here. I'm not said what should be the rule, whatever it is, right? But that would be my kind of suggestion. I would say I would have to think more, but this is coming in my head right now, Mr. Tap, while you talking and William question. Then I would say to you, on the flip side, we will not be where we at if you have no COVID, Mr. Tap. We're going to talk about 89, 90. Yes, you're going to tell me, yes, it's not matter because the team will max out everything. I understand that. But a little bit more freedom to make some better choice and better transaction or better trade, everything like that, about to be sure they are not under long-term injury reserve, everything like that. So I just want to mention this about that. I want to make a correction, Mr. Natap, with you and the people in the chat, and maybe some of them are not there, but I talk about Denis Kuryanov, and so why you bring this? Because sometimes I heard more rules, and I want to share rules, so you guys know more about hockey, knowledge, everything like that. So Denis Kuryanov, guys, is RFA at the end of the year. So he become a $2.9 million, right? And you have to add 10% of his following year. So it will bring him $3.2 million. All right. You follow me?
Yes. Yeah.
But what they can do, Montreal could tell to him, they did with Rem Pitlick, by the way. So what he would tell him, said, look, we're not going to offer you a RFA contract, but we're going to offer you a 2 year deal at $1.8 million, example, or $1.5 million, and he will accept the deal, and he will just wait a couple more weeks, a month, to sign his contract. So it's a kind of play under the table, I would say to you, but it's possible. So what you do is they're not going to offer him a contract, RFA. He knows now he's going to be a UFA, but because you have an agreement already with Montreal, will refuse all other demands for any other team, and he will sign a deal with the Montreal Canadiens at lower at $3.2 million. And that's a good for the both parties. First of all, for him, because he have no power to get that kind of money. And then flip side, if he like to play with Montreal Canadiens, everything. So I just want to share it with you. There's another possibility on the contract. Any question you want to add with anything like...
Yeah, I'm just wondering, because I think with Pitlick, didn't he have to go through waivers first? And then when nobody accepted him, they were able to bring him back.
No, but because now you talk about when you put in waivers, during the season, when you want to send him to Laval. So, but to use the RFA, you don't have to do anything about that. It just let it go, and he become a UFA.
Gotcha.
But that's the point, yeah. So,
gotcha.
So that's happening about this. So hopefully, some people will with that. RJ comes to give us some update. Thanks so much, RJ, to do that. And then Pierre-Martin Collet are lucky to be in the West not much competition, I think. Steve, that help. What's Martin Lapointe value in the draft in your mind? But I don't know if you talk about his value, but what he brings is exactly what Pobrave does and anybody else. He brings his, experience now with Montreal Canadiens about many years. Now, his scouting is one part of his job, Mr. Natap. He does more about development players. So he's work with the player they already draft, and not only the player that's looking to draft. So it's a different between Martin Lapointe versus Serge Boisvert or another scout and for the Montreal Canadiens. So he's really care about the North America, and Pobrave really care about the North or the European. So the player they already draft or the player they never draft, He does a mix about that, so he can go to the World Junior Championship to play to see the players undrafted, and he can go to NCAA next weekend watching Luke Hudson. So he's not a track on the professional scouting or amateur scouting, or so he's called more like a director of player development overall for the Montreal Canadiens. And one part of his job is scouting at the same time. So that'll be the best thing I can tell you, Alexia. I don't know if Anata, you want to add one thing more about that.
No, that's well said. Yeah.
Jose Dardy ask you, Mr. Tap, as the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to make a more trade the next. I'm going to give you a graphic, Mr. Tap, if you don't mind, here after Jose disappear. The Toronto had Shine, McCabe, Gustafsson, Lafferty, O'Reilly, Achiri. If I missed one, I apologize. I took out the biggest one, right? Egvald and Sandin. I have many other first-round picks, everything like that. I don't want to play with that, or little rookie like Joanne Anderson. But this is really the big picture of the Toronto Maple Leafs. What do you see, Mr. Natap, happening right now? They still have 4.7. I think someone in the chat said about they still could keep Murray out until the end, and they add one more player. So what your expectation for Toronto until Friday?
You know what, Coach? I honestly, I'll stick to that earlier prediction I made. I do believe they don't feel comfortable with the goalie situation. So we could see Korpisalo coming to Toronto, as well as Gavrikov, and that would be like their last move in the equation. What they would send back in return, that remains to be seen, obviously. But what that does for them, I think it really solidifies their defense. It gives them a goalie that's having a very good year this year. I mean, if you recall back in the when Columbus was in the playoffs in the bubble, both Elvis and Korpisalo were just outstanding. Like, it didn't matter who you were throwing in there; those guys were playing just fantastic hockey. And this year, he's repeating that type of year. I think he has a goals against or a save percentage of nine. I want to say 915, if I'm not mistaken. But he's, for a team that's as weak as Columbus is this year, to see those kind of numbers, that's impressive. And I think that would help the Leafs immensely. So if something else does happen, I anticipate it to be that for the Leafs. I also look at it from the perspective of Dubas, and you got to believe that he's swinging for the fences. He knows his job is on the line. If they don't get out of this first round, I doubt sincerely that he returns next year. It's the way they have to go. So he's rebuilt this team. This is the Toronto Maple Leafs 2.0.
You're absolutely right about that. Can I add more about this? Again, when you make a trade deadline like this, it's all about, for me, is the chemistry. It's all to put together and the play to consist. The good news for this, Mr. Tap, is they have still 20 games to play without no pressure. They're not going to play against Tampa Bay. So there's not like, oh, we need to win to make the playoff. And so it's a little bit the trend mindset right now. So they are in a position right now to play 20 games as a group together, how they fit together, and give a chance for Keith to make experience. Who play with, who's going to be on the power play, who's on PK, and what's the role of Luke Shine versus Noah Cherry, Ryan O'Reilly, everything like that. So this is, for me, yes, they have to be all together. They have some kind of chemistry they have to work on, but they have time to prepare for the playoff. Like I said yesterday, Toronto is going to be set up properly to the playoff against Tampa Bay Lightning. It's going to be a war. I'm really excited for the playoff, Mr. Tap. They should start the playoff next week. I don't know. We waste time right now. We should give the lottery at the Montreal Canadiens, win better, and then move on to the playoff, and we have a better show at the end of the night, Mr. Tap.
I'm okay with that.
We're very interesting about this. All around this, Mr. Tap, really interesting. The Washington gave a first-round pick for Sandin.
Yeah, but if I read it correctly, it's not Washington's pick. It's the one
no,
they
it's the Boston pick.
It's the Boston pick. So that represents the 32nd pick, possibly. But
still,
in overall,
still,
yeah,
that's a lot.
It is, yeah. I don't doubt that. But I think Washington is looking at it from the perspective of we still have Ovechkin and a couple of other pieces.
Well,
Can
it's a
we?
tools.
They're
It's a
trying.
tools right
Yeah,
there.
I was gonna say they're trying to do like St. Louis, right?
So what you doing right now? They took
Exactly.
Sendin over Orlov.
Right. A
And that's what
younger
the
version.
purpose behind that one over there. And honestly, I'm not a Toronto Maple Leaf fan at all. I'm more a Montreal Canadian. I know that. But I don't get it to trade for ERIK Gustafsson for the price they give.
Yeah, I don't think Gustafsson will enter the equation. I'll be honest with you. I would. I think the Leafs are in trouble if Gustafsson has to be one of their six defensemen.
Well, for me,
Maybe
this is
he's
more like a
just a
salary cap
depth. Yeah, it's an issue, right?
with Pierre Egard.
Unless we're going to see an exit of some contracts, if that Columbus move comes through, or any other one for that matter. I'm not saying
That's
that's
right.
the only one that they're considering.
Thanks so much, everybody, for the chat, for the likes. We have a few people knock the door, so welcome back. If we don't mention your name, we apologize. We have so many people, so we try to get there. Alan Barnes is in the house, Mr. Anatap. Welcome back, Alan. We have Jeffrey from
Hey, Alan.
Taiwan back from the beach. Jeffrey gave me an idea. I went to the beach, Mr. Anatap, a couple of minutes ago. The Buffalo Sabres, Mr. Anatap, cut the lead for 4-1 to 4-2. That's a good news. The Jet guys are winning right now 4-3 against the Kings. This game is rock and roll, Mr. Atap. The Wild and Islanders 1-1. We have the Kraken take the lead over the Blues now 3-2. And then the Coyotes just scored, take the lead 1-0 against Arizona Coyotes, Mr. Atap. The Panthers going to win, look like tonight in Ottawa Senator. So, Mr. Francois Pitt is in the house. Wow. Walensky est conditionnel for Kane. Yeah, absolutely, François. It's a bit like the tie ends for the Kane. They get only a second round pick in return. That's pretty much it with some kind of conditional. So really interesting trade for that for sure. About Patrick Kane. About this Cold Festival in Winnipeg. You're absolutely right. We try to get something. Joe Sarika now is on Facebook. What the world is going on. François Pitre. I understand Kane want to be trade for the Rangers, but come on this ridiculous trade from the Rangers. You're absolutely right about this. Very surprised. John Wayne is in the house, Mr. On Top. John, welcome back.
Hey, John. How's it going?
The salary cap, Jose, is about $4.7 million. It's about the same money to get for Matt Murray, Mr. Jose. So until he's out, the life is good over there. For that one over there. RG consider get some great update right there. Pierre Martin, slight underdog, leave Tampa at to like a golden day for Tampa would be crucial. Yeah, Pierre. The East would be Wild and the playoff. The first one would be decision for not worth it. You're absolutely about this. I want to mention too for Willie, the playoff right there in the West, the team could be out is Calgary or Seattle Kraken. That'll be interesting. Sean Myers is in the house. His order is 2 out on the keep at that Boston pick. 2 out and to keep. Yeah, so right, Sean. They try to go all in. I cannot be more agree with you. You can see all the move. Jalen Green is the true Go Bruins. Welcome back. Well, first time. I think you are first time, Jalen. Welcome in the show. And your Bruins are looking good since the beginning of the year. You should be happy about your team.
Coach, speaking of the Bruins, who right now, by the way, Orlov has scored his second goal of the night, and it's 2-0. Do you realize against Calgary, Calgary all year long, they've been dominating the first period, and they've been always on the short end of the stick. Tonight, they've outshot Boston 14-4, and it's 2-0. And that sums up their whole year right there.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, night is Max Strom. Tonight is Flendar. It's been this way. Rock and roll season roller coaster for the Panther. So for the Flames.
If you're Trey Living, what would you do, Coach, right now? Sell, buy?
So if I can trade player with big salary cap, right, a big contract on my team, I will do it. if I can get something good in return. So it could be a good players, and I don't have a specific players, right? But if I put Danev on the market, what you get in return, Mr. Nata?
Mm-hmm.
You get a solid first round pick at some point, right?
Yeah.
And
sure.
there'll be something I would consider if I know I have an extra goal, some defenseman players, everything like that. So I just want to share with you, that kind of the decision I would take if I was the GM for the Calgary Flames. But I would not go too much deep because they are not far where they want to be. Sometimes 1 year there's no work, and you have to realize that it could be injuries, could be bad performance, everything like that, and not to panic. I think patience has always been the key for me in hockey, and I think that would be the way I would act with them. If I get something good in return, without I know my 5-6 player I don't want to touch, I would do that.
Yeah, I would agree.
So that's what we got about this. François is still shocked, Mr. Natap, about Patrick Kane trade. About this. I got with Sean Myers about this. Yes. I still believe this trade, it was not great overall for the Chicago Blackhawks. They could get even more. Buffalo got a deep depth defenseman, got a good depth defenseman. Oh, I know, Mr. Nata.
Yes, who is it?
You talked earlier about Caprica, right?
Yes.
Always remember, guys, in the chat and you, sometimes you're always a team, you don't hear nothing, and then boom, they get that players. Are we worried or are we curious about what Ottawa Senator could do to get Capricov?
Well, they have the pieces, they have money, so
exactly.
they can make things happen.
And when Joe talked like this, I was thinking about Buffalo too, but I would be curious about they need defensemen, Ottawa, and I think they can give a first round pick, or they can maybe give a player already established on the organization to get a solid defenseman. And he left defenseman, yes, but he play on the right defenseman all the time. So it's not like an end of the world. And I think that will be solidify the situation at short term and long term. If I was Ottawa, I would really be something I will concern about. I would be really pay attention to that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that they could be a very quiet buyer on Friday.
Yep. Bonne nuit, mon red. I will talk to you later. At one point, the lead player have to take some responsibilities that has to be SCHENN goal. You're absolutely right about this, for sure. About that, for the Toronto Maple Leafs, they cannot too much complaining now. They gave everything. Mr. Natap, the Panthers going to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning for the second time back-to-back 7-1, and tonight 3-1.
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised by that. I thought that Tampa would, this would be a revenge game for them, playing at home, this time with Vasilevsky in that.
But you nailed it. You nailed everything like that, Mr. Natap. I cannot be more angry with you about that one over there.
And not good news for Montreal.
No. Do you think the HABS are going to be looking at the free agent this summer? At which position, if so?
I don't think this will be the summer for that. I mean, if they can get something that's moderate, they might. But I think you have to wait maybe one more year before they start getting into the free agency a little bit more with determination, so that they can complement their young core that will have another year under their belt and are starting to work together as a team and towards that brand that we always talk about.
Yeah, absolutely about that. I cannot be more agree with you, for sure. Let me change my TV channel for hockey. Florida just win 4-1. Mr. Tap 6-1 Ottawa, and the Florida won 4-1. Great point about this. Buffalo just need a goalie Pacific to be legit contender. Yes, I think add a goalie over there, that'd be great. and maybe a defenseman that'd be awesome about that. And so back to the Montreal Canadiens, I think no UF3 for right now. But if they have to sign one, maybe a right defenseman will be targeting about that, and maybe bubble plus second line, third line. I was just sharing with you what I think about this. Toronto should get zeros about this. Defenseman get goalie. Real deal in the house. Real deal. What's going on? The Buffalo Sabres, Mr. Tap, cut the lead. 4-2 Rena.
Good.
Good night, Alexis. Gustafsson is having his second best season in his career. Point of his career was close to 400. Yes, you're absolutely right. And I will say to you why, because now he played the best defenseman for Capitals, Washington Capitals. With the Toronto is going to be maybe a second or third pairing. So it's still changing over there. And third pairing, you don't want a player like Gustafsson. You want physical. You want a player play in front of the hand. They box out in front of the net. They play physical in front of the net. And they clean up the house in front of the net. But it's not Gustafsson. Gustafsson should be on your top three best defensemen if you want to use his skill, right? But unfortunately, that's not you get right there.
And the other thing is that's not a surprise for Gustafsson. He's pretty much always done that offensively. His liability is defense. And this guy will put up some bad passes in the course of a game. And, during the season, you can live with it. In the playoffs, it might mean the difference between winning or losing a game.
Yeah, absolutely about this, Mr. Enartap. With that W tonight, Mr. Tap, Ottawa is 3 points behind Pittsburgh. They are 2 points behind Buffalo. They are 2 points behind Florida with two game in hand. They just tied the Detroit with the Detroit and the Washington, and then they are 5 points behind Islanders with 3 games in hands.
Wow, they're in it, Coach.
Absolutely right about this. Jerry, welcome aboard. Kevin TP is in the house. Mr. Tap, both of you. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome.
Hey, Kevin.
Bonne nuit, mon Alexis, mon homme. Chicago, that was a fight. All right, I did not miss this one. I'm a Leaf Nation. Danny, I never you guys are too winning. Free stuff. Chicago was hand tied at Kane. Would not waive any movement clause. So he was only option Chicago get you can from New York or is Kane walking on the tender. Great point free about that one over there. And I think for me, Mr. Natap, I would want to apply like Kane, been with the organization for 15 years, gave everything for the fans, for the organization.
Yeah.
Won the Stanley Cup 3 times. Whatever they gave in return, this is the wish of Patrick Kane. I would say no problem.
Yeah, why not? He's done his service. He's been fantastic for the organization.
Yeah, absolutely about
Coach.
that. So I think that's the reason behind that. You will not get anything else because yes.
Don't look now, but it's 4-3 Buffalo losing.
Yeah, I just said it to you.
No, you said 4-2, didn't you?
No, I said 4-3. You just did not understand.
4-3? Okay.
Yeah. But it's all right. 8 minutes to go remaining on that one. Peterka score. Jack Quinn and Tage Thompson. 25 years old, 21 years old, and 21 years old. That's you always remember who they are. You start the play future for the Buffalo Sabres, Mr. Enartap. Andre said, do you think the Canadiens will try to move some heavy contract this summer to relieve the tie salary cap?
I think they try. A couple will expire. Obviously, like Drouin contract is up at the end of the year, I believe. Hoffman has 1 more year. Armia, I think, has 2
1 more.
years. Oh, 1 more.
Yeah. Edmondson.
Who else? Edmondson has 1 more year after this.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely about that one over there.
And
now
Savard
you start with Gallagher.
Gallagher is
not
going to do anything.
So they are the 4 players you mentioned. They are the next one for the Montreal Canadiens. If they can move 1 or 2 of them, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be a good thing about that one. Then Edmondson don't have his value. The Jet, Mr. Tab, take the lead 5-3 at the end of the second period. Again, the Kings. You're absolutely about the King, about the Jet tonight.
You figured they had to break that streak at some point, and with Niedermeyer, I believe Niedermeyer's in the lineup tonight, right?
Yes, Niederreiter.
Yeah, Niederreiter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I'm sure that helps immensely. I haven't looked at the score sheet yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's involved.
Maurice score is 2 goals tonight.
One of the better defensemen out there.
You have 3 points missing at that.
Who?
Niederreiter, Maurice.
Oh, Morrissey. Okay.
4 points. 4.
Wow. No.
2-2. But the reason they win is because of him right now, honestly.
Yeah.
Nental is in the house. Welcome back. I think right now, if Matthews get pushed on the top, you don't have to smile. LUCIANO is going to go very quickly about that one over there. Jeffrey, welcome back, Jeffrey. With 2 players of the 14 injury back in Montreal, who a command or that trade for anyone until they are the West Coast, who goes back?
2 are back. Who's back? Gooley. Gooley's 1. And who's the other one?
Only Gooley is on the lineup tonight with Kurenov.
Yeah, I think it's just 1 tonight.
Yeah.
And apparently Edmondson's sitting out. So
he will play for Thursday night.
Yeah. So that's the space for Gooley. And he's the only one, I believe.
Now, who can be trade? Edmondson, Drouin are the 2 players I can expect them. Hoffman could be the long shot, but that's pretty much what I see. Dvorak will be another long shot. That's pretty much the 4 players I'm talking about.
Yeah, Dvorak could be a move as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still believe there'll be 2 to 3 more moves for Montreal.
Yeah, John Wayne had a great point here. He said, "Retour is I'm Calgary without selling or buying. I'm fixing and upgrading." That's a great point to see that. I would be not. I would be agree with you. WST leave our load cannot deny it. With wish use pick up Ekval WST about that. My only problem with Ekval is like when the playoffs start, it disappear.
Mm-hmm.
It's another player don't go in front of the net. Big 6'4", 6'5", but
fast. He's a fast skater.
Yeah,
he's good. He's good on special teams, on shorthanded situations.
But
one
the playoffs,
we'll
not the playoff, but one the
when the playoffs begin or the tougher games.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely about this one there. Let's hope McDavid decide he want to go try to Montreal, one he get or the other organization. Imagine why could give Whiteman a second round condition for him, Francois Pitre. Yeah, at 35 years old, maybe Montreal will be over about that one over there, but I can understand you. Just a good now, coach. Thank you, Jeffrey. At the very last, Dubas has increasing program sell down at the Scotiabank Arena. About this one over there, try to get out the order. I cannot believe Toronto losing another first round with this depth at center. They legit have 3 all-star centers. Yeah, it's a great point about this, John. I don't know how they're going to act on the first round, but they have a really solid team right now to act with any team right there to play against any team. Do you think Toronto would trade Murray and try to Demko or Saros? No.
Not Saros, no.
No.
Not this year.
And from the Nissan to the couch, Dixon Automotive Group is in the house.
Hey, Dixon.
Vinny said Ottawa won tonight by the score 6-1. The Mission Attack confirmed. The Panthers won tonight 4-1 against Tampa Bay. And they are still right now the only team with 5 minutes to go. The Buffalo tried to tie the game 4-4. Would be interesting if it's happening tonight. Zogar is on fire tonight. I agree with you. Do you think they will resign TNA, Mr. Nata?
That's a good question. It's a very good question. I don't know. It's possible. but I can't say with certainty.
Great answer. I would said I would add one more. It all depends what happening with DUARTE and Monahan.
If they're traded, you mean,
Yes.
or
So
moved?
if ever they
Yeah,
create some kind of open spot because of those situations, and they are a little bit worried about only Jake Evans, right? And they don't have that much after that. I think possibly they can keep experience wise at 29 years old after that around the team. That would be one I was thinking if the summer we tell a little bit the education what you're going to do with him. But at this point, I just want you an option what could happen.
yeah, that's good.
We did. I would compare French save comments about this. Thanks so much, RJ. Alpha turning player and to Scarga running to them out. We should keep Allen to Jeff. Jeffrey said, Montreal will not make anything crazy. They have said 3-5 years to rebuild. It is only first to buckle up. They got a cup. Going to be a long ride for Montreal. Well said. Well done, Mr. Jerry. More, cannot be more agree with you. RG comes to give us some update. GUSTAFSSON has a plan B if really get hurt and the player to quarterback to probably. I agree with you, John. You absolutely nailed it on that one over there. Who is in the net now for Colorado? Georgia was yesterday. Between pipes. GUSTAFSSON can play second unit special team. You're absolutely right. Take the spot Aramis Sandin. So you guys, you know hockey. You guys, you really name it really well. About that one over there. The third saw Ottawa Giroux tonight. Giroux have a good game yesterday. Consider have a great game tonight. Then Giordano, SCHENN, and McCabe could all anchor defensive pairing. SCHENN is a good insulating defenseman like he was with Tampa Bay. Plus, for me, it's about the physicality. Plus, his leadership, Mr. Natap, equal what maybe the Toronto does not have right now. And they add this on that one. On the flip side, I would say to you, with the departure of the Lipushkin last year, so they don't have those kind of defensemen anymore. With about 4 minutes to go, Mr. Natap, the Buffalo Sabres on power play.
Oh boy, look out.
We'll be interesting about this one there. Harry Piendo Hockey Nation Live Show. Yeah, we're getting there very soon. Montreal, San Jose. Yeah, absolutely right. While Watson, the score on his straight. By the way, Mr. Natap, do you know what happening first period and with Ottawa?
No, what happened?
They scored a goal 5 versus 5. Is it normal?
Yes.
They scored a goal on power play. Is it normal?
Sure.
They scored a goal on short and done. Is it normal?
Not as much, but yes, it does happen.
And they scored a goal on the penalty shot.
Oh goodness! But did you also look at the penalties tonight in that Ottawa game?
I know.
It is a really chippy game. Like
Yes.
a lot of roughing, a lot of not too many fights yet, but well, it's over now. But very rough game.
Yeah. Austin Watson scored his third goal of the year, Mr. Natap, on the PK, and he become number one in NHL right now. So.
Wow. Okay.
I do like Mr. Egam to went to others. Mr. Natap, we're not done yet. We're almost at the end of the show. Edmonton make a trade with the Nashville. Mrs. Egg what do you think about that trade? I apologize, everybody.
I like it. I like it a lot for Edmonton. I mean, they're looking for a guy that can log a lot of ice time. That's him. B, a guy that will be physical in front of the net. That's him. I think what it really does is it monitors nurses' ice time as well, because you saw what was happening last year. He was by the time the second and third round came along, Nurse looked like a pylon. You could skate around him no problem, and that was all about fatigue. He was playing way too many minutes, and this disperses it a little bit more. Could they have gone another route? Like I agree. We talked about this, Coach. I think Gavrikov would have been a better choice, simply because he's younger. He's probably even more physical than Ekholm. But short of doing nothing, this helps them immensely, I think.
Yeah, absolutely about that one over there. I think overall, a long term would be great. They stabilize a bit the defensive side, right? And they have I think they'll open up at some point to the Buffalo just hit the post, by the way. With the egg on now, they can maybe open up to trade at some point Cody CC if they have to. But again, you get a really top 4 defensemen, and they have 2 minutes like Barry. I think that right now they don't need hit with Evan Bouchard. So with Nurse, everything, I think that's a great point for them, for the Edmonton Oilers. Pay a little bit the price for that. For me, the key was it's Ray Schaefer, a really great hockey player. He's going to help at long term the Nashville Predator, and they continue to do a really good job. The Edmonton Oilers and the Nashville Predator. Does Brendan Gallagher play?
Coach?
Yes.
Sorry, I was just going to add. End of the first period, Boston 2-0, shots on net. Calgary 19, Boston 5.
Who is between the pipe? The winner of the trophy is not Ulmark.
Absolutely. Everybody has a bad night.
Yes. Do you expect him to score a goal tonight, or is it like, I think? Do you think the draft king put like 800 again this, or?
I'll tell you what. If it stays at 2-0, and they obviously will pull the goalie, I wouldn't be surprised. Could you imagine that?
You never know what could happen for sure about that one. I tried to get, if any other comments, look like people talk each other. You keep consistently talking, that'd be awesome. And then Jake McEnway is in the house. The league need to improve the goalie situation. That could be happen. Mr. Riff is in the house. Is this year I'm prepared for another first round exit. But if you have they did everything right now. So we have to give credit for the try, and the result will be depends, but will be really interesting if happening for them. Toronto don't need a draft high. They just trade for what they need. WST, I agree with you about this one with that. RG keep constantly give us an update. Coach, will Montreal trade Edmondson? They will try. The market, Mr. Tap, defavorize the Montreal Canadiens. They still have Chikron, Kefrikov, and the market, and that's not helping. And that's not helping Montreal with the trade egg home. That's got another name still on the board. So I think it's very difficult for the Montreal to trade. If they trade him, they're going to get low in return, obviously.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. We'll see. I'm not overly convinced that it'll be low, but we'll see.
Jeffrey said, with Doc and Armia and Montreal, if they run into any injury, what do the Habs do? They suit up a proper team with until while on the West Coast. Armia right now is out, and Doc is out. They already have they have enough player right there, what they have right now. I think they would just continue to use what they're clear enough at TNA and the lineup at that moment. I don't see any other change.
Exactly.
Not a lot of room for Montreal to make Cynthia Drake. You're absolutely about this one over there. Claude Giroux, good thing for Ottawa. I agree with you, Claude. I think Montreal, great to follow Jeff Monson, give other fans Montreal. Good move for Edmonton. I agree with you, Francois. Great trade for Edmonton. Nicholas is back in the house. Then, Mr. Top, the time I'm going to through those comments here. Can ever get the 7 for Drouin or Hoffman. Bergeron should left a lot of crap behind. A2. Everybody GM guy is not perfect, and the Columbus Blue Jackets score, guys, is a hat trick for Robinson. 6, 7, and 8 goal, and the Blue Jackets are going to be the Buffalo Sabres. This is a Mr. Top. You talk about KO and boxing at the 15th round. This happening for Buffalo tonight. This is a jab, an uppercut from the left, a jab for the right, and the Buffalo are knocked out right now, Mr. Tap. This is going to be hard for them to come back after that loss.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been it's a sign of their inexperience, really, Coach. That's what it's all about. Because they'll string together 3, 4, 5 games where they look like they can play with anybody in the league. And then they'll go lose 2, 3, 4 games when they have no business losing. And tonight was one of those.
Yeah, you nailed it, Mr. Tap, about this one with that. Great trade for Edmonton. Much better if fit Edmonton. I agree with you, Nicholas. Talk about Edmonton. And they can be help Edmonton defense is a plus. Francois well said. I cannot even Drouin. Talk about Drouin. Nashville and Blombing just gave up. Steve G. They're still hanging there, Mr. Tap. 0-0 Pittsburgh and Nashville. at the third period, by the way. Jake making the Jet getting away with a vicious cross checking tonight for Jake, what he said. And then came Dempa did not play good tonight. They suddenly got outplayed at goalie. Absolutely right. Boboski Messantat was solid between the pipe for them. They come back. They tried to come back in the game. It was a little bit too late for the Tampa Bay Lightning. But this maybe could be a good coach like to lose game to wake up the team. And this is another example about that one. How they're going to wake up, we don't know about this, but it will be interesting about this. Congratulations, the Panthers beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. Bad news for the Montreal and everything. Mark Étape about this. We have what? See, I think Tampa Bay is a weakness been in the couple of seasons. Good job, the Panthers. Save. Coach, when will Chikron be traded to? Whew. The best thing I would say, my best answer, the Nashville Messantat take the lead 1-0. Not a good night.
Not a good night.
You know, at the end of the day, Messantat, I think the King are still talking. I think the King tell the Canadians, this is what we can give to you. That's it, that's all. Don't call us again to get more. Now it's up to you. And that's what we are right now with Chikron. And the rest of the league tell them, every one of them, look, I'm strong. That's what we have to give you. That's it. So if you want more, it's up to you. Try to find this. I stuck again with him. And this will be not good for the Arizona Coyotes. You're going to see him for an 8-9 game without him and then maybe not trade him. This is a bad business at the end of the day. And they have to trade him and realize maybe we maybe not get what we want, but at least we get something good for the future for this organization.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, today I read that apparently they have tabled an offer, and it's a very generous offer from LA. So you're absolutely right, Coach. It's in Arizona's hands. I think they're playing the greedy game a little bit too much right now, and they're waiting and hoping that somebody outbids them. But we'll see. They're going to circle around. There's no guarantee that LA is going to say yes after. If they decide to go a different route, they're going to be left with Chikrin.
Yeah, absolutely about this. Jean, one great comment about Bergevin. So we're not going to go through this, but we are at the end of the show. But Jean, you're absolutely about this. Nicholas, it's okay for Buffalo. Time on their side, can trade for what they need in the next couple of seasons. No rush yet. That's a great point. They play without Talk and Sendon tonight. And that would maybe them say, you know what, we're not going to do any bad move. We're going to be patient about this. Tampa need a player like Gallagher or Anderson. I will be disagree with you, Ellen. They don't need Gallagher. It's just a bad game for them. They are debt, I think, to add a $5.5 million contract or a $6.5 million contract. They don't have no money for that part over there. So I don't see the fact they add both of them for them. I would not make any trade if I was for both. I would just make a move to get a legit second goalie. I mean, going on the playoff with Richie as backup, like a play Russian roulette. Francois, you're right. Think about what Nashville did last year. Calgary just cut the lead from 2-1. Coleman scored goal for them. For that one over there. And well, there are no other change. That's it we got so far. Dano was on once straight to make plenty more. That was a good remember. We talk about Bergevin. Michael Devenot at home. Oilers win the cup. Wow. Do you think with at home they can win? They win the Stanley Cup?
I still think that if they can get another defenseman, I mean, goaltending is a big problem there as well, between Skinner and Campbell right now. But if they can get another solid defenseman or a winger, I think they need a depth kind of winger that adds even a little bit of grit to that team. That would immensely help them go a long way. Ekholm alone, it's definitely an improvement, no doubt about it, but I don't think it's enough alone.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. So we want to welcome back Rick Bengal and Michael DeVillano in the chat. Thanks so much to be with us tonight.
Hey,
I would like to finish with that trade, Karina, Jesse, Paul Javi. What do you think about that one?
I don't understand it. I'll be honest with you, Coach. Carolina needed somebody that can score as a winger. I don't think. I think yes, he does add some size. He's got, he's got good speed as well. But I don't know. Look at his stats over. I think he's played over 300 games now, and he doesn't capitalize on his scoring. He's never reached his potential. Why Carolina goes this direction, I'm not sure.
Yeah. The only thing I would make comments about this, a couple of years ago, Bourdieu was the captain of the team, and Ao played together. And they have really good, solid connection together, right? So
the junior
if you
team
try to connect the dots together, that's the only thing I would say to you, the reason why they tried to give him a chance. The guy is talented, is a big 6'3", 6'4". It's just to set up with the right personnel, everything like that. I think if one coach, one place could helping him, it's really the Carolina Hurricane. So for his career, maybe a long term could be a really good decision for him to play over there. And for the Carolina, right now, they have nothing to lose.
And do you remember who the other winger was on that line with Aho and Puljujärvi?
And Finland?
Yeah.
If I can maybe wrong here, but Patrick Laine?
Exactly.
Right.
What a combination.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
So by that definition, Coach, should we send Drouin to Colorado? Because he played very well with McKinnon. You know that in junior.
Yeah, if you go that direction, I would say yes. That would be the best way for him. Everything like that. Now we see again. I think he could add something. Jesse is a big, fast, but not an intelligent player, but maybe good fit and can experiment with Ao. Eleni for Michael. Yes, you're absolutely right about this. Is a guy like Kurena. Both of them have difficult time with hockey IQ. And both of them could learn something. I think Kurena could turn around if Montreal used him properly and they teach him properly. And Kurena could use the same thing with Puljujärvi. So would be really interesting about that, Mr. Tap. At 10:10, we've been here for about over 60 minutes. We just stopped by, guys, to open up the trade deadline. The comments tonight, it was great. You have other trade, Mr. Tap, but minor, like Pierre Ekval to Islanders. So we want to go deep. We'll just give you an idea. We'll be back Friday with a special day about the trade deadline overall. And we're going to fly back in the next 20 minutes. I'm going to do a play-by-play Montreal Canadiens versus the San Jose Sharks tonight. So it'll be late for everybody. Hopefully some of them will be awake and stay with me all night long. We have a lot of people in that chat. Guys, we want to thank each one of you. John Wayne was involved. Again, like I always mention, guys, that chat that's where it is for you. He's the one can run that chat with your conversation and then talking about fun conversation. So before you leave, Mr. Natap, everybody that chat, don't forget, guys, click on the likes. We'll be back at 10:30 tomorrow night, 6 o'clock with Mr. Natap for the warm-up show. Until then, Mr. Natap, are you ready?
You are awesome.
Again.
You are amazing.
Of course you are.
You are the best.
All right.
And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Always, you have greatness inside the top. That's the reason you are with the Hockey National Show every night. And give us all your knowledge about hockey. What a great show we got tonight, Mr. Natap. But until then, we want to thank everybody in the chat. Have an amazing, great night. I can't wait to see you the next 30 seconds. Mr. Natap, before we leave, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, find a way to dominate the first half of what?
Dominate your 2023.
And Mr. Natap, go watch the Jet and the King. It's 5-4. The action go like a ping pong game right now, Mr. Natap. Who is going to have the last service of this game? I don't know yet. But one thing we're going to say, is Montreal going to beat the San Jose tonight? I don't know. Until then, Mr. Natap, have an amazing, great night. Thank you again. You gave to the Hockey National Show.
Good night, everyone.